This is Eagle Al, and today I will be talking about Jalen Hurts being dominant in the play action. Also, Nolan Smith is just getting better and better and better. And lastly, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Our young rookies are so intelligent, but let's get straight into it.
Can you do it by yourself? You can't do it in this sport by yourself. It takes everybody. I can't be great without the greatness of others. Period. Offense can't be great unless the defense is great. Defense can't be great unless the offense is great. I can't be great without the greatness of others. It always comes down to that, right? Sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. Sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. Together, team. It's always going to come down to detail. It's always going to come down. It's always going to come down to physicality, right, and toughness. And it's always going to come down to team. All right? That's what we've been building. All right, let's go take it to him.
All right, man, you seen the speech in the beginning. Nick Sirianni is definitely getting into that bag, that coaching bag, that 2022 bag, that type of Nick Sirianni. And I'm loving it. I'm loving everything I'm hearing from Nick Sirianni. Sound like he's being more open-minded. Like he says, sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me. It's always us. It's always us. So they got that team mentality. These wins are building up confidence. I believe these wins are definitely building up confidence. But speaking of confidence, because one of the things were, the Eagles don't like to take the ball under center, which we've been doing, especially that last game a lot. Eagles don't run play action. Eagles don't do this. Eagles don't do that. But let me play this clip by Baldy breaking down the offense.
The big difference in his offense against Cincinnati was the use of play action passes to get the ball down the field and stop Jalen from holding the ball so long. Here, you see the linebackers frozen right here. Now, that allows hitch, step, throw. Like he's not holding the ball, all right? And he's getting the ball out to his receivers. You watch the linebackers here, Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt, okay? 55 and 57. Watch them both step up, okay? Ride, glide. Now he pulls it, all right? Now, it's a double hitch here because he's got to sail it down the field 50 yards in the air to Devontae Smith off play action. All right, now you watch it right here. Here you go. That's Gainwell in the backfield right now. Here, same thing. Watch the linebackers here. All right, you can run all this ghost motion. All right, they step up now. 1, 2, hitch, throw. He's not holding the ball. In fact, the biggest pass came early in the game. And here it is. This is right here. Jalen's holding it. Now he's going to drop back, and he recognizes the coverage is Tampa 2. Logan Wilson running down the seam. The safety's widening. But all you have right here, really, with that middle linebacker is a high-low. You have AJ underneath and Devontae over the top. And they're high-low in that linebacker right there. And it's an easy read, really, for Jalen. He hits AJ right there, and then he turns it into a 29-yard gain. The use of play-action pass is something I think you're going to see a lot more of in the next week's game and going forward. Like, he's not going to hold it like he has been. He's going to get the ball out on time.
You see, right? The play action is really helping the Philadelphia Eagles. And you might ask, Eagle Al, why did it take them 8 weeks to figure out we should, have more under center plays, more play actions, and use Saquon Barkley more? Well, somebody asked Baldy this, and this is what Baldy had to say. So somebody asked, any idea why it took them 8 weeks to do this? It's a few guys were tired of the offense and spoke up. I wonder who that is. So we know Baldy, he's basically O-line university. He messed with Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, like Jason Kelsey and stuff like that. I think his mold is Lane Johnson more than likely, but that's me making an assumption. I'm not sure if that's a fact. But look, it's good that these guys are speaking out, and not just them speaking out. Nick Sirianni taking it into heed, like, word, this how y'all want to run the offense? Okay, we're going to run it this way and see how it helps and see how it works out. And so far, it is working out. Play action, running the ball, intermediate passes, short passes, deep shots. Like, you're getting a little of everything, and this offense is starting to open up a lot. So it's good that these guys are speaking out, and it's not just us frustrated content creators or the fans. They see it themselves, and they are fixing the problem. They're adjusting as the season go. That was the problem last year. We just could not adjust. But now we are adjusting and now we are looking good. And the team again is playing with confidence. And I love to hear that. I love to see it, especially on the offensive side of the ball, who's supposed to carry the team. The defense was never supposed to carry the team. And there was a couple of games where I could say the defense carried the team. But this offense gaining that confidence with that talent, I'm telling you, this can be dangerous. This can be dangerous. But again, shout out to the players that spoke out. Like, look, some got to change with the offense, and they made the changes. They definitely made the changes. And I think 2023, I can say, is officially behind the Philadelphia Eagles. But let's talk about Nolan Smith. Yes, Eagle House making another positive video about Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, man, he's balling out of his mind. And now I get it. This one of these takes, y'all gonna get on me, but I don't think I want another pass rusher. I know like Miles Garrett and these Max Crosbys and all these guys, these big names, they could come in here and make a difference, but I don't want any of them dudes because I like how the young talent is developing. You gotta let Nolan Smith develop. You gotta let like Jalen Hunt not even getting time now. So any little time he can get, you gotta let him play. If Max Crosby or like Miles Garrett or one of these dudes come in, they gonna hinder or take somebody's snaps. And Nolan Smith might be a victim of that. Nolan Smith got 3 straight games with a sack. Week 8, he was the top pass rusher winning rate or something like that. Something crazy like that. Nolan Smith, the guy we've been on the hardest. The guy y'all told me y'all wanted to trade. I'm like, nah, it's year 2. We got to give him like at least 3 years. But year 2, looking like this, you don't want to bring in anybody right now. They even asked Nick Sirianni and Vic Fangio about it. Let me play the clips.
I mean, it's hard to improve your team drastically this time of year. I mean, I think if you look at some of those trades over the years, they really haven't had the effect that some teams were hoping for. Unless it's a trade that, where you're getting a guy that you're going to have for a few years, where it's more of a bigger trade than swapping guys, trading a 6th for a 7th, those type things.
Yeah, I love the team that we have, and I think this team's really coming together. With that being said, I know, we're always looking for ways to improve our team, and I know Howie's one of the best at that, of always looking at ways that he can improve the football team, and admire that and value that. Of how he goes to work there, and but like I said, love the guys that we have. I think we're coming together really nicely as a team, but we'll see how this next week.
You see, they don't sound like they want anybody. I don't even think we need anybody like right now. I know again the pass rusher is the weakest link, but I would rather rock out with the young guys and just let them develop. They developing week by week by week. Just let them develop. We're going to have games where I'm like, oh my God, wish we had another pass rusher. But you got to just let it mesh. You got to let it cook. You got to let it cook. Like Bryce Huff is just starting to get his feet under him. So you got to let these guys cook, man. Because if you bring in one of those guys, that's a lot of money, big cap hit. Do we keep them long term or short term? Hell, would they even fit in the defensive scheme? Now we got to try to squeeze them in, and we got a couple weeks left. And like Vic Fangio said, usually like them trade deadline things usually don't work. The last one I could say that really worked for the Philadelphia Eagles is when we got Jay Ajayi. I love Kevin Byard. It didn't work. Golden Tate didn't work. Robert Quinn didn't work. It's a lot of guys we got that just didn't work. And that's not on Howie Roseman. He's doing everything he can to make the team better. But when we trade mid-season, it haven't worked since 2017, what I can remember. Y'all probably bring up somebody like, oh, yeah, he worked. But I don't remember mid-season. Now, I remember, like, trades happening, like, the very beginning. Like, the C.J. Gardner-Johnson thing, that wasn't mid-season, but that was just before the season started. And that worked. I guess you could bring that in. But as far as, like, the deadline, I can't remember one that just worked. So I like the young guys. I like what Nolan Smith is doing. Again, Bryce Huff is starting to pick it up. Brandon Graham been having a good year. Josh Sweat is starting to cook a little bit. So you gotta just let these guys cook, man. Let them build their confidence and just keep it how it is. Keep it how it is, man, and we'll be fine. We don't need to lose any more assets because we know how Jahad Dotson is working out right now, and it's not. It's just simply not working out right now. So, yeah, I don't think we should bring anybody in. And again, Nolan Smith is having himself a year so far. But let's talk about Quinyon and also Cooper DeJean. Just their intelligence on the field, being the top rookies we ever had. Like these numbers by Quinyon Mitchell just in general is ridiculous. So Quinyon Mitchell versus the top receivers we played so far. So Jamar Chase only had 2 catches for 16 yards. Mike Evans, 2 catches for 19 yards. Chris Olave, 2 catches for 23 yards. Neighbors, 1 catch for 9 yards. Drake London, 1 catch for 5 yards. Amari Cooper, 1 catch for 10 yards. Judy, Njoku, all these other guys. 0 catches, 0 touchdowns allowed. Numbers are ridiculous. And we know Cooper DeJean just added that other element to the team. I'm going to go ahead and let Fran Duffy break down just how the rookies are working.
An awesome rep from the 2 rookie DBs here for the Eagles. What the Bengals are trying to do here is run cross-country dagger, where you've got your basic dagger concept on the back side of this. So you've got that vertical stretch, that clear out route from the number 2 receiver. Andre Yoshivas is running the deep in cut, the deep dig. That's where the ball's and is going to end up going here as the second progression. But you can see that Joe Burrow, he takes a peek at the cross-country through route, that deep crossing route from Jamar Chase. Now, he looks at Chase first because he's got his best receiver running into the open field. But you could see the depth here that Quinyon Mitchell gets to try and take this route away. The Eagles are playing cover 6 here on this play. So Quinyon is playing with cover 2 technique. So he does a great job of getting depth and taking this away. Reed Blankenship over the top. He does a good job of reading this concept as well. Credit to the linebackers for passing this off because ideally, if you're the Bengals, you would love Zach Bond to run with this cross-country route and create a better throwing lane for Joe Burrow to hit this dagger. But Bond does a good job of passing that route off, and then he gets good depth, does a nice job of trying to take that passing lane away. But I love Cooper DeJean here on the backside. He sees this coming the entire way. Look at him pass off that clear out route. He sees that he's going vertical. He takes that peek back, and he sees here comes the in cut. And he does an outstanding job of getting underneath this throw. Just needs to finish. Outstanding job there from Quinyon Mitchell, starting to take away that cross-country route. Zach Bond passing that route off and then getting depth to force that firm touch throw from Burrow. And then Cooper DeJean nearly finishing it off for the interception. These guys in the back 7 are doing a really nice job for the Eagles defense.
See, high level, man, high level intelligence. These dudes are playing, again, at a high level. And again, that's why I don't want to trade for anybody. The young guys are starting to get it together, and let's build some superstars just off our team in general. Nolan Smith can be a superstar. Quinyon right now is a superstar. Cooper DeJean is playing like a superstar. Just let it mesh. We got enough pieces to make this thing work. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? Just about everything. And this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.